Hey, welcome back to Diablo 2 Resurrected as the Necromancer. In this episode, we are going to we're going to do our best to finish Act 2. This video might be a bit long for that reason. I'm a little bit scared about fighting Duriel. Duriel might take a while. So hope this video might be a bit long, but we're going to do our best to try to finish Act 2 in this video. But as always, guys, I am now partnered on YouTube, and as a partner on YouTube, you guys can now join my channel and become exclusive members for members-only content, including loyalty badges, access to live streams, members-only community posts, as well as video shoutouts. So please do make a contribution and join the channel. It would really mean so much to me. Your support up to this point already means so much to me. Just taking that extra step would mean so much more. So let's go ahead and jump right into this. We discovered the Canyon of the Magi in the last episode. So this is what we were looking for. So let's go ahead and explore around here. Hopefully without being too horribly annihilated by the entire world. We have our good friend Decrepify, which is exactly what we're going to be using. I suppose what I can do is I can go ahead and revive a couple of steel scarabs. There's nothing preventing me from doing that, so we might as well do that. Raise a couple of steel scarabs. I don't know if the steel scarabs actually release lightning when they get hit. My my minion steel scarabs, but no big deal if they don't, because they still deal a decent amount of damage. So I will accept it even if they don't release lightning when they get hit. It's not really a big deal. But okay, onwards we go. Ever forward we go. Got some Hellslingers and yet more Steel Scarabs. Should be relatively easy to take care of all of these Steel Scarabs. I would certainly hope when we have Decrepify it should be relatively easy to take care of all of this stuff. But that is something we're starting to pay more attention to, is just paying attention to cursing, much less focus on trying to actually attack enemies ourselves. Because, you know, obviously if we do that, we're going to have a better chance of dying. And if we die, we lose all of our minions, so we are much more focused on survival than we are worried about jumping into the fray ourselves. So let us focus a lot more on decrepifying our enemies. Not enough mana. Not enough mana. Yeah, there's never enough mana. There's never enough mana to go around. That is for certain. There's a crown shield there. What's a crown shield? Never heard of a crown shield. For the paladin only. Only for the paladin, that crown shield. Which is totally fine, I suppose. Man, these freaking steel scarabs, they are just a never-ending force to be reckoned with. Yeah, you guys are just never-ending. Okay, can you just kill him off so we can continue on doing what we're doing over here? That would be super nice. That's a flawed sapphire. Not interested in a flawed sapphire. Like we said previously, we are well beyond chip gems and flawed gems. We are only looking for regular ones and or improved ones beyond that. That is all we are looking for right now. But yeah, this place is turning out to be a bit big, actually. This place is turning out to be a bit bigger than I had thought it would be. But that seems to be the case with a lot of these areas, and that is that they seem to be a bit bigger than we had originally thought they might be. But it is what it is, man. It is what it is, man. The bigger the area, the more experience we get, so I'm not going to complain. I am not going to complain too much. Okay, let's go ahead and get that lovely, lovely gold. Get all that lovely, lovely gold, because we definitely need that gold. We need every little bit of gold we can get, because we're losing a lot more gold than we are obtaining, so we need to make sure we are actually, you know, picking up as much gold as we can. It's really that simple. We also need to start paying attention to picking up some more things we think might be valuable. There's greater healing potion there. I don't need that greater healing potion, so I'm really not super concerned about picking it up. so I'm not going to. I'm not gonna worry about it. Man, I'm starting to think I need to carry more than just one column of mana potions. Because I'm starting to use mana potions a lot more often, so I think I need to start carrying more of those on me than just, what, 4 of them? Yeah, I think I need to carry more than just 4, in all honesty. If I'm being completely honest with you, I think I need to carry more than just 4 on me at one time. But I suppose we'll just have to see until we can find more of them. Because I don't know where more might be. Who's to say? I certainly do not know. I certainly do not know. Okay, that's not the right tomb. It's not the square tomb. It is not that one either. So which one is it going to be? It's not that one. It is not that one. So which one is it going to be? Which one might it be? I'll go ahead and pick up that breastplate and sell it. Because I could probably sell that for a decent amount of money. Also not that one. So which one could it possibly be? Which of these is it going to wind up being? Man, we're traveling around this whole area before finding the one we're looking for. There's also a topaz. I will sell that Whoa, there's a lot of steel scarabs here. Why are there so many steel scarabs here? There's no business being this many steel scarabs here. My iron golem is dying. I want to make I want to keep my iron golem alive. I don't want him to die at the hands of a million steel scarabs. That is not necessarily what I want to have happen. That is not necessarily what I want to have happen. So hopefully we can actually survive. That would be super nice. Instead of being killed by a million things all at once. That would be super nice. Oh, look at that. I'm out of town portal scrolls. Yeah, that's exactly something that I was worried might happen at some point. That is exactly something I was worried might happen at some point. Shoot. That could prove to be a serious issue. That could prove to be a serious issue. I'm starting to get kind of nervous now. I'm going to have to run back to the waypoint, I think. Yeah, I'm gonna have to run back. I mean, the good thing is we didn't actually die. We just lost our minions, but still, did not go a co-rune. I'll take a co-rune. Because co-runes are very valuable. I can sell them for a lot of money, which I am not going to argue with. So I am going to take that all day long. Go ahead and kill off these hellslingers and get my lovely, lovely minions back. So what I need to do here... Come on, will you stop running away? Stop running away and face your fate like a cat. Okay, let's go ahead and kill off these frickin' hellslingers, man. Their spears are very, very powerful, and I'm very scared about them. I'm very scared about spears. They are very, very scary. They deal a lot of damage. Alright, well, do we have any super healing potions? Super mana potion, take that. Gladly take that. And there's another super mana potion over here. Gladly take that too. Now, where is the entrance to the correct tomb? Kind of surprised we haven't found it yet. Where is it at? Which one is it gonna be? It's this one, I think. Is it this one? Yes, it is. This is the correct tomb. Wait, is there some enemies out there? Yes, there are enemies out here. So let's go ahead and kill these enemies before we enter the tomb. Before we enter the tomb for reals. Let's go ahead and kill some enemies. Alright, here we go. Okay, so this place is going to be huge, so we have to be prepared for this place to be huge. But it shouldn't be too awfully difficult. We're only going to be fighting some very basic enemies, which are going to be, some burning dead. which shouldn't be too awfully that hard to deal with. The only issue is that we have these unravelers, which are going to be, of course, reviving the burning dead as we try to kill them. So we're going to have to do something about these unravelers, I think. So let's go ahead and make a town portal right here and get our minions a little bit closer to these unravelers so we can actually kill the unravelers. It's pretty great, because right now we're just getting bogged down by the skeletons, which is not necessarily what we desire. So let me go ahead and raise some skeletons to lessen the amount of skeletons that the unravelers have to raise. That would be something beneficial to have happen. But this is taking a while. There we go. Go ahead and destroy the... go ahead and annoy the unraveler. That's exactly what we want to be doing here. Get rid of him, please. Get him out of my face, please. There's a crystal sword there. The double-socketed crystal sword. I don't need that, necessarily. How many town portal scrolls we have? We have 19. Whoa, okay. Calm down. Calm yourself. You guys didn't need to be hanging out literally right at the entrance of the door. That was unnecessary. Unnecessary nonsense, that is. Hold on a second, Emilio. I'm just gonna go ahead and heal you here. Heal you real quick. You're taking a lot of damage from those unholy bolts, so you gotta be careful. Gotta be careful there. I'm well aware those unholy bolts are very, very powerful. They deal a lot of damage, there's no doubt. But we're gonna have to maybe do something about these things. Hopefully without, not being able to do anything about them because we keep getting stuck fighting skeletons. Among other undead things that the unravelers can raise. Okay, let's see here. Burning dead. And a burning dead. There we go. That's what we like to see. Raise a couple of burning dead corpses. That's what we like to see and what we're going to be doing. Just so we have a couple more basic foot soldiers. And we got a couple of pots here, so let's go ahead and break some pots. You never know what could be inside the pots. Could be gold, could be jewels, could be valuable things of all sorts. So you always want to be looking in your pots. There could always be something special hidden in the pots. Always something special. We got an elite down there. Got an elite down there. It should be relatively easy to take care of. This guy is deciding to follow me for some reason. That's okay. He can do what he wants to do. He can do what he wants to do. It's not going to lead to anything good for him. A cask, a Thule rune, and splint mail. Can I actually carry this splint mail? Is that something I might be able to do? It doesn't look like it. I want to be able to carry that cask, but it doesn't look like that's something I'm going to be able to do. Is there an elite down here? Are we fighting the elite? I can't tell. Unless we've already killed the elite, which is possible. Yeah, maybe we've already killed him. That's totally fine. Let's go ahead and sell the stuff we have right now. Let's go ahead and sell what we have real quick. Don't have anything we need to identify. Sell that for 2,000. Sell that for 2,000. Sell the Co-Rune for 17,000. Then we got the Thule Rune, 13 to 14 cold. Don't need that necessarily. And we have this Topaz, which we can sell as well. Which is exactly what I am going to do. Fantastic. Getting some lovely, lovely gold. Which is what we like to have. I can pick up that cask now, which is what I'm going to do. Got some healing potions that I think I'm going to pick up here. There we go. Healing potions all day long. Don't want to miss out on lovely, lovely healing potions and a damaged maul. I don't need a damaged maul. That is not something necessarily I need. Hold on a second. Let's get all of our minions in the room here. Make it a little bit easier. It's what we always like to do. To make our lives a lot easier in these sections. To get all of our minions into one room. Definitely makes our lives a lot easier doing it this way. And decrepifying all of these enemies makes our life so much easier. So I'm really glad we have Decrepify. I'm very much pleased with the fact that we have Decrepify. Decrepify makes our life so much easier. Makes our lives significantly easier to Decrepify. So that is exactly what I'm going to continue on using. Is our good friend Decrepify. And that's probably what I'm going to wind up leveling up again when we level up, is Decrepify, because we want it to be as effective as physically possible. So that's probably what we're going to wind up doing, is leveling up Decrepify again. So let's keep that in mind. Let's go ahead and keep that in mind for when we do eventually level up. There's a dragon shield there. Suppose I can take that dragon shield. There's nothing preventing me from doing that. You guys are taking 1,000 years to kill basic undead enemies, which is not necessarily what I desire. You guys can, you know, do something else. That would be super nice. Hold on a second.
Yes.
I mean, we once again have a nearly full inventory. 11,000 for that. That's crazy. 128 defense. 32 attack rating, 18% has defense, 10 to energy, poison resist 6%, 3 to light radius. Sure, why not? Why not? I'll wear that. I'll go ahead and wear that. Can I give this to Emilio? Is this going to be stronger than what Emilio has? Sure, I'll go ahead and give that to Emilio. Why the hell not? Why the hell not? Give him a little bit more resistances. Feel like that might be beneficial. Feel like that might work out in some fashion. Man, these skeletons are really causing issues. These skeletons are seriously causing issues. Can I actually lessen the amount of skeletons that the Unravelers can raise by raising my own skeletons? That would be super nice. Because this is taking a lot longer than I think it needs to take. It's definitely taking a lot longer than it needs to take. But that's okay. That's okay. This is not going to be too awfully terrible. You guys, please, can Unravelers also heal undead? When they say they can raise undead, but can they heal undead as well? I'm really starting to wonder now. That'd be kind of insane if they could do that. A Symbolon. Not sure what a Symbolon is. It's a mini throwing spear, it looks like. That's what it looks like to me. It's a mummified trophy. Not really interested in a mummified trophy, so I'm not gonna grab that. Not particularly interested, so I'm not gonna grab it. Please preserve dead. Will soon be dead. And not preserved even in the slightest. They will just be dead. They will simply be dead. God, you guys take forever to kill things. Or at least my my basic foot soldiers take forever to kill things at the very least. Gosh, my defenses are not necessarily great. My defenses are not necessarily what you would call great. But that's okay. Again, as long as I'm staying away from serious fighting, I'll be relatively safe. I will be relatively safe as long as I avoid big groups of enemies for the most part. So let's go ahead and try to do that. Man, I cannot fight anything. My chances of hitting enemies are way too low, and their chance of hitting me is way too high. What is my chance of hitting everything? 61%, and their chance of hitting me is 63%. Which isn't great on either side. Not necessarily great on either side of the world. But okay, so that doesn't take us anywhere. That's not necessarily where we want to be. So let's go over here. Let's go over here, shall we? What's over here? The undead. What else could possibly be over here? What else could possibly be over here besides the undead? That's exactly what we deal with when we're dealing with tombs. Is undead enemies. Zombies and skeletons and whatever the hell else you can possibly find. Whatever the hell these unravelers are. Who's to say what these unravelers are? I certainly have no idea. Okay, you guys need to stop getting bogged down by some preserved dead. We have an unraveler to kill. We have an unraveler to destroy. There we go. Get rid of him, please. Hello there, war staff. I will gladly take a war staff. And then head back to town. Now, we are very low on inventory space. There is really no doubt about that. We're carrying a lot of charms, which is okay, I suppose. I mean, the charms help us, but at the same time, they're taking up a lot of space in our inventory. 75 to attack rating, 43 to stamina, 18 to max stamina. I don't need that. I can get rid of that. Oh, wait, hold on. Where's my 18? There we go. I can get rid of that. That can go away. I don't desperately need that. I still have 409 stamina, which is plenty of stamina. Okay, what are we seeing here? We can continue going this way, which is exactly where we're gonna go. We're gonna continue going this way. We can also go down. We can also go down, which is where we might go next. For the simple fact that we have an unraveler down below as well. Now I'm not entirely sure how we're gonna fight Duriel. I really don't have any idea how we're gonna fight Duriel. Duriel is going to be complete hell. So I'm not super excited about fighting him. I'm really not super excited about fighting him. He's going to be insane to fight. But it is what it is. I think we'll be relatively okay. It's going to take a while to kill him, and we'll probably be losing Emilio and my Iron Golem quite regularly. But that's okay. We'll be able to get through it somehow or another, I'm sure. It's just going to take a while. It is just going to take a while, and that's just the way it's got to be, I guess. Oh no, champions. Champion unravelers. That's gonna be a problem. That is going to be a problem. We also have a ghostly one sitting way back there. We also have a ghostly one sitting way back there. So this could prove to be a problem. I'm not looking forward to what I'm seeing here. Don't worry, Emilio, I'm healing you. I'm trying to heal you, Emilio. Don't die. If you start dying, I've got a portal here. Just gonna go ahead and keep on healing you, Emilio. You should be able to handle this relatively easily, Emilio. I'm really not super concerned about you getting through this. It's just the only problem is that you're getting hit by an unholy bolt every 2 seconds, which is not leading to good things for you. Hold on a second. Let me make a portal right here. Make a portal right there. And then we will enter the room right next to this champion unraveler. It's a berserker unraveler, actually, as a matter of fact. Which is a little bit scarier than a regular champion. Somehow I died. I'm not entirely sure how. Alright, so we died because we did the exact thing we kept telling ourselves not to do, which is get into the fray. So we're not gonna let that happen this time. We are going to avoid any and all combat. But I do need to try to find a way to get my corpse. I don't know how I'm going to do that, though. Especially since Emilio keeps dying. I don't know how I'm gonna get my corpse back. Okay, kill off that Unraveler. There we go. Should make this a lot easier not having that Unraveler there. We still have a Ghostly Unraveler we have to kill, but he's behind a wall, so that should be relatively simple to take care of. But we still have these three Unravelers over here that we have to kill. And of course we had a monster shrine there, so now we're going to have one of those three Unravelers become an elite. Making our life that much more difficult. Ash Crow the Hunter, he's extra fast and cold enchanted. But that doesn't necessarily mean bad things for us. As long as we can kill off the Unravelers, we'll be safe. If we can make this champion Unraveler all by himself, that would be beneficial. But for some... You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna switch to my Fire Golem. I feel like my Fire Golem is gonna prove to be a lot more helpful in this instance than my Steel Golem. So let's go ahead and go with the Fire Golem instead. Let's go with that instead. Let's go with the Fire Golem instead and see if that'll work better. Because we're just not getting through these pack. As I was trying to say, we're not getting through these packs of enemies fast enough, so I feel like the most beneficial thing to use for right now would be the Fire Golem. So that's what we're going to go ahead and go with for the time being, is the Fire Golem. When we eventually take on Duriel, I'm going to go back to the Iron Golem, I think. But for the rest of Talrash's tomb, I believe we'll be going with the Fire Golem. I think that would probably be more beneficial to us. So let's go with that. Okay, now we have yet more champions in this room. Isn't that just lovely? Isn't that just lovely that we have yet more champions in this room? Okay.
Good evening.
Hang on a second. No, I'm second-guessing myself too much. I like the Iron Golem more than the Fire Golem, just in general. So that's what we're going to go with, is the Iron Golem. It's just what I like. I just like it better. I don't know if it's more effective than the Fire Golem in this instance, but I just definitely like the Iron Golem better than the Fire Golem. So that's what we are going to go with, is that. Can you go away, Mr. Champion? Can you please just go away? Can you please just not exist anymore? I'd be much appreciative if you didn't exist anymore. Thinking of commentary is really just not working out for me right now. There is no doubt about that. I'm having a hard time thinking of decent commentary because we just keep getting bogged down. It's really as simple as we keep getting bogged down by groups of enemies that I'm having a hard time dealing with right now. Which is not necessarily a good thing for us, but that is okay. These Unravelers don't have anything to raise, so we can just take care of these Unravelers by themselves, which is super nice. Let's go ahead and take care of the rest of these champions here. Hopefully we can do that without having my Iron Golem die. That would be super nice, but it seems like he's going to wind up dying, which exactly he did. No, he lived. He's still alive. He is somehow still alive, so I'm going to keep him alive by talking to our good friend Atma and giving him an alcoholic beverage. I feel like that would be beneficial. Alright, well, here we are. This place is turning out to be, yes, absolutely huge, which is not surprising in any sense. This is turning out to be huge and full of enemies all over the place, which again is not surprising whatsoever. It's just that things are taking a little bit longer than I think they need to, for the simple fact that all of our enemies are getting revived by Unravelers at all times. So things are taking a little bit longer than they have to, but That's not a big deal. We're getting a pretty large amount of experience points for it. Which is really all that matters in the end, is that we're getting lovely experience points. Who's to say if we'll be able to level up before Duriel? I don't know if we will, but if we can, great. If we can, that'd be great. Hold on, let me go ahead and do something. Do something like this instead. Let me do something like this instead. Get everybody into the room as we always like to do. Get everybody into the room as we always like to do. And curse all of the skeletons. Curse all of the lovely skeletons. Man, everything deals so much fire damage. All those burning deads, they deal so much fire damage. It's craziness. Unless what I really want to be doing is I want to be attacking these things at the start of the room, which, you know, might actually be the case. So let's go ahead and actually just attack everything at the start of the room rather than get attacked by everything inside the room. Because doing it this way allows us to cut down on the amount of things that the Unravelers can actually raise by continuing to revive skeletons off the corpses. So that's exactly what we are going to do. We're going to go ahead and finagle this in such a way that we can keep the Unravelers from raising any skeletons. So that's exactly what we're going to do. We are going to just spam the button and wait until we can actually raise skeletons here. And then cut down on the amount of skeletons that the Unravelers can raise. Okay, so without any burning dead to actually raise, these Unravelers are a non-issue for the most part. So we want to make sure that there are no burning dead to raise, which is exactly what we are going to try to do. Make it so there are no undead for these Unravelers to actually bring back to life. So that's what I'm going to do, is I'm going to cut down on the things that they can bring back to life. Man, those unholy bolts, they deal so much damage. I've commented on that several times, but it's true. They deal so much damage. The amount of damage they deal is absolutely absurd. There's a war dart there. I don't need a war dart. The superior chainmail, I'll carry the superior chainmail. Man, I'm kind of surprised we haven't found the way forward yet. I'm just a little bit surprised we haven't found the way forward yet. But that is okay. It's not a big deal. We'll find it here eventually. We shall find it at some point or another. There's a ring there. Going to go ahead and take that ring. Take that ring and sell it all day long. It's what I like to do, is sell rings, because valuable gold can come out of it. Valuable gold can come out of it. Kill off that preserved dead so I can raise a skeleton. Is there an Unraveler in here? Yeah, there certainly is. Hello there, Unraveler. You shall die a painful death. Thank you very much. But the problem is do the undead feel pain? Something tells me that the undead do not feel pain. So they probably won't be experiencing a painful death. They will likely experience a death that is entirely painless. And they will pass into this next life without even realizing it. Mr. Unraveler, I need you to go away. I need you to not exist, Mr. Unraveler. So can you not exist, Mr. Unraveler? Can you piss right off, Mr. Unraveler? I want you to disappear, Mr. Unraveler, so thank you very much. It's taking forever to kill you, but that's okay. Since you seem to be so distracted with raising skeletons and such, I'm going to kill you by myself. That is what I'm going to worry about doing then, is killing you all by my lonesome. There's a crown there. I don't need a crown. That's not desperately something we need. Not necessarily something that we need, because I don't think it can sell for all too much, but I will go ahead and pick it up for the simple fact that we can use it to fill up our inventory. So we will be able to sell it and just fill up our inventory, so I think that is what we're going to go ahead and do. So this video is going to be quite long. I don't think you guys are necessarily going to complain about that, but yes, this video is going to be quite long. Which is just the way it's got to be, I guess. It's just the way it's got to be. Hang on a second. I'm going to do this differently. But first, let's go ahead and sell all of this stuff here. Blessings indeed. 5307 for that. Fire resist. More to minimum damage. 18,000 for that. That's pretty good. I'm not going to complain about 18,000 gold. It's not a terrible amount of gold to get. Not a terrible amount of gold to get by any stretch of the imagination. Okay, just gotta keep on raising skeletons, because the more skeletons we can raise, the less undead these unravelers have to raise up. So let's just go ahead and focus on doing such things as that. There's a level up, which I was hoping to get to before we fought Duriel. How have we run into a dead end after exploring so much of this place? This place must be absolutely enormous. Ow, will you stop hitting me with unholy bolts? Will you stop doing what you're doing? Can you please stop doing what you're doing? I would much appreciate you if you stopped doing what you're doing. I did not mean to pick up that poleaxe. We can level up, so let's go ahead and level up, shall we? I'm going to go ahead and level up Vitality. And then we're going to go ahead and level up, let's see, what's the situation here? Duration 5.2 seconds. Let's see here. Yeah, we'll go ahead and do Decrepify again. Here we are again, ladies and gentlemen. We are in a scary world, and we still haven't found the way forward. I'm kind of surprised. Just a little bit surprised we haven't found the way forward yet. Just slightly surprised we haven't found the way forward yet. Only slightly surprised. Okay. Let's go ahead and raise our skeletons as they kill everything. Good old Emilio leveled up, which is good. Always good to see that Emilio levels up. It's always good to see. Always positive. Alright, very good so far here. I don't care if I'm using up a whole bunch of mana doing this. It's better than being bogged down by crowds and crowds of burning dead skeletons. Yeah, my commentary in this is total ass, just by the way, in case you weren't aware. Because I just kind of keep getting stuck in one place, and then dying, and then getting stuck in one place and dying, and then losing all my minions and then dying, which is pretty great. It's not necessarily what I desire to have happen, but it's exactly something that seems to be happening on a regular basis, which isn't necessarily a good thing. My fire golem is taking a huge amount of damage from these unholy bolts, which I need to do something about. But that's okay. I think he'll be fine. Matter of fact, he's not going to be fine. I'm going to go ahead and re-raise him. I'm going to go ahead and re-raise him inside the room. Really shouldn't be that hard. Thank you very much. Okay, here we go. Let's go ahead and enter this room here. There should be some enemies in here. I'm not surprised. Not surprised there are enemies in here. At least there's no elite pack or anything in here. That's a good thing. Now we gotta go back and grab the Staff of Kings. So let's go back and grab that.
How may I help you?
Let's grab the Staff of Kings. Now what I'm gonna do real quick is I'm going to grab some armor and give my armor to my, or raise my Iron Golem off of some armor. That's what I'm going to go ahead and do. I don't know if that'll help him survive longer or what, but we're going to go ahead and give it a go. Alright, the entrance to Talrash's tomb. This is going to be total hell. Yeah, this is going to be complete and total hell. But we're actually dealing a decent amount of damage to him already, so maybe this won't actually go as bad as I thought it will.
Tell me your troubles.
Because we're actually dealing a decent amount of damage to him already. There we go. Man, that wasn't actually so bad. He actually wasn't that much of a challenge. It just took a while to kill him. It really wasn't that hard to kill him, though. So I'm really not all that concerned. Battle Scythe, I'll take that. Ruby and a Topaz, as well as a chipped Ruby. I don't need a chipped Ruby. That's not necessarily something I desire to have. But hey, that actually went really, really well. Explore Talrash's tomb. Yes, we must go over here. This is where we must go, so let's head over this direction and meet up with our good friend Tyrael. Hey, Tyrael. How's it going, man?
Greetings. I thank you, Mortal, for my freedom. But I did expect you earlier. I am the Archangel Tyrael. I came here to prevent Diablo from freeing his brother Baal. But I have failed. Now terror and destruction roam free throughout your world. Even now, they head towards the eastern capital of Kurast, to the very heart of the Zakharum Temple. There they hope to find their eldest brother, Mephisto, the Lord of Hatred, who was imprisoned there ages ago. If the three prime evils unite, they will be invincible. Though it is unclear as to what their aims are, it is certain that they must be stopped at all costs. I am broken, and the energies that tie me to this world are diminishing rapidly. You must take up this quest and prevent the three brothers from reuniting. You must cross the sea and search for Diablo and Baal in Kurast. Now, hurry, mortal. Time is running out for all of us.
All right, fantastic. Talk to Jaren. I guess that's what we got to do now, is talk to our good friend Jaren.
Now, destruction is let loose upon the world once more.
All right, let's go ahead and talk to Jaren here. Talk to Jaren.
You have done very well. Few could have come this far, let alone discover the true tomb of Talrasha. Unfortunately, I hear that Diablo and Baal have eluded your grasp. This is most unfortunate. If you wish to travel east, I have authorized Mashif to give you passage by sea. I imagine he should be very anxious to leave by now. Good luck on your quest, and thank you again for saving my beloved city. You will always be welcome in Lut Gholein, my friend.
Hey, thanks a lot, Jaren. I'm glad to have been assistance, and I'm glad to have been here. It was super nice to be here.
This is terrible news.
Yes, it's terrible news.
The Archangel Tyrael was the one who gave the Soul Stones to the Herodrum 260 years ago. It is highly unusual for the forces of heaven to so directly interfere with man's destiny. But Tyrael was said to act of his own volition. We have never been able to discern why. Perhaps he goes against the consensus of heaven because he doubts our ability to defend ourselves. Or perhaps he sees more threat than his peers. Where the actions of hell often seem straightforwardly bent on destruction, motives of heaven are unfathomable. Now make haste. Both Diablo and Baal must be stopped before they join with their brother Mephisto. If the three prime evils unite once again, the world as we know it will be no more.
All right. So let's go ahead and sell off this stuff here. 10 to 35. Hit causes monsters to flee. That's kind of cool. 202 to attack rating, 60% damage to undead and demons. 2 to 100 lightning, 6% mana. That's kind of cool. Don't need that. Don't need those. And I don't need that. And I don't need that. All right, guys. So thank you for watching today's episode. This quite long episode of Diablo 2 Necromancer playthrough. I really, really hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe if you did enjoy it. I will see you guys next time when we start Act 3. And as always, guys, I am now partnered on YouTube, and as a partner on YouTube, you guys can now join my channel and become exclusive members for members-only content, including loyalty badges, access to live streams, members-only community posts, as well as video shout-outs. So please do make a contribution and join the channel. It would really mean so much to me. Your support up to this point already does mean so much to me. Just taking that extra step would mean so much more. So thank you guys for watching today's video. I will see you in the next one.